Governance and leadership skills. He pursued that degree postgraduate studies at prestigious institutions such as Harvard and Oxford. He also briefly served as Undersecretary of the Department of Social Welfare and Development under the Duterte administration. Our guest speaker's political career reached new heights when he was elected the 27th Mayor of Manila in 2019, defeating political heavyweights, ex-Mayor Alfredo Lim and ex-President Joseph Estrada in a landslide victory. His first term was marked by a results-oriented leadership style, highlighted by the rapid beautification of historical sites, infrastructure development, and a firm approach to urban cleanliness and crime prevention. Despite criticisms over his populist style and outspoken personality, he earned widespread praise for his strong political will and ability to modernize the capital within a short period. In 2022, our guest speaker launched a bid for the Philippine presidency, finishing fourth in a field of 10 candidates. Following his defeat, he briefly stepped away from politics to pursue business ventures and television hosting before announcing his return for the 2025 local elections. In a significant political comeback, he reclaimed his post as the 29th Mayor of Manila after a landslide victory over his former ally, Ani Lacuna. He currently serves as president of the Action Democratico Party while continuing his second chapter as the city's chief executive. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Manila Mayor, the Honorable Francisco Isko Moreno Dumagoso.
Maupo po kayo. Our chair lady, Imelda Singh. This is your fourth term. Bawal sa amin yun, nag-graduate na yan. Vice Chairman Attorney Amador C. Tolentino Jr., National President Maria Loren B. Sales, Executive Vice President and Overall Convention Chairman Joby Francis W. Tupas po kayo. Other members of the Board of Officers and Trustees, Board Advisor led by Chairman Emerita and Chair Lady of the Board of Advisor former Congresswoman Marisa Del Mar Magsili. May asin pa. Aming kaibigan sa Maynila, si Architect Palapox. Members of the Boards of Advisors, Government Officials, present, private partners, at sa lahat ng kanina naglalakad ako. Pinipilit ko i-accommodate table per table, pero I overheard some of you came from Catanduanes, Baguio, Bataan. Kanina may Bataan pa. Sabi ko sa kanya doon sa Bataan, very close sa akin yung Bataan kasi bukod ako'y isang basurero, then I promoted myself as sidecar boy. In between, pag may paani sa Bataan, particular sa Landing Pilar, nagsisipok kami ng palay. Kaya very close sa akin yung Bataan. Metro Manila Rizal. But speaking about Bataan, naghahanap buhay ako. Kaya lang, Makati talaga yung pala. Makalim. Pagkagabi, kamot ka ng kamot. Kaya kailangan mo ng coconut oil. But I have Nagwaling sa Roman Highway, yung Nagwaling, Barangay Nagwaling. Doon naman kami nag-aani ng bato. Parang inaani yung bato sa ilog. Kasi inaakit yun sa flatbed, tapos gagawin yung graba. gagaya, dudurugin. So very close sa akin yun, landing pair. In fact, Pampanga chapter, lahat na nagtataas na ako. Lahat kayo binabati ko. But I just wanted to special mention lang yung mga nagsabi ng kanilang lugar. O yung Baguio kanina, sabi niya, taga Baguio daw siya. Ayun, yung gulay nyo ngayon, nasa amin. Nandiyan dyan. Kasi we encourage local government, especially producing agri-products, to have an opportunity in Manila to meet institutional buyer. On top of, siyempre, nakikinabang kami as Manileño. Pag galing mo iba siya, Benguet, yung Ilocos, kakatapos lang. Pag yung mga produkto na yaon ay nakakamit namin sa Manila, pinakikinabangan ng mga Tagalungsod. Kasi ang mura. Kung sa supermarket, ang sili, pwede nang gawing alahas, no? Sa sobrang mahal. Dito, nakakamit namin ng mura. At the same time, we give opportunity for our farmers na magkaroon ng access sa institutional buyer like Bayview Hotel. Kasi kung makakadirekta, mas malaki tipid ng institutional buyers, opportunity for the farmers, at the same manner, malaki ang access namin pagdating ng December 31. Kasi malaki kinita ng negosyo. So, binabanggit ko lamang sapagkat excited ako maparito. Dala ng sinasabi ko lagi, kahit sa mga hotel, sabihin mo dyan sa mga nagpo-convention, basta dito nila gagawin sa Manila, bibisita ako sa kanilang convention. As a show of support and welcoming you to the city of Manila. You know, nowadays we have a campaign in our tourism, local tourism campaign. We call it Manila, My Manila, of Nick Joaquin. It's a book, no? Inano namin yun, inadapt namin. Why? Why is it Manila, My Manila? Because while it is true that I was born, grew up, studied, ikaw ko sa harapan ninyo, bilang batang Manila. But most Filipinos have a story to tell about Manila. Nag-eskwela, nagnegosyo, nagtrabaho. Bagamat hindi sila taga Manila, meron silang istorya about Manila. Dito rin sila nagka-jowa. Tanungin nyo sa mga nanay nyo, nagpagulong-gulong sa damuhan yan sa Burnham Green. Nahuhuli pa ng WPD sa gabi. Maraming kasaysayan ng maraming Pilipino tungkol sa Manila. So we wanted to share Manila to everyone. That's why you can call Manila, My Manila, even though you're not Manileño. Plus the fact that it is the capital of the country. It is a window of opportunity, like your organization. Kung ewan ko po, kung nasiyasat yun ako, I think, modesty aside, during our first term, and now second term, itong another term, first term ulit, baka magaya ko yung termino mo, may apat na termino mo, may awa ang Diyos. First time that the local government unit wholeheartedly confronted a social perennial problem in a highly urbanized city like Manila with regard to urban settlers. Kasi katulad ng nanay ko, kung may wari-wari dito, ayun, yung kababayan na ito, wari-wari. May antikin nyo ba rito? Antikin? Karaya. My father is from Antique, my mother is from. Katulad ng nanay ko, pupunta ng Manila, pumasok sa isang pamilyang abogado sa Tondo, nagkasambahay siya. Tapos nadali ng tatay ko, at ako ang bunga. Mahaba, malaki ang pamilya namin eh. Nanay ko, tatay ko, ako, nanay ko, tatay ko.
Solong tagapagmana ako ng malaking lupain sa Tondo. Bulu-bundukin. Umuusok pa. Nakakita siya ng lote called Arten. Very famous Arten. Na highway. Road 10 yan. Itong dinulo ng Ross Boulevard. Dahil galing sa probinsya, magaling sa agrikultura. Nagtanim ng talbos ng kamote. Eh siyempre, kailangan mo barikadahan yung tinanim mo. Tapos, kailangan niya ng upuan. Tayo siya ng papag. Ang problema sa araw, pagtanghali mainit. Saka naulan. Nilagay niya ng bubong. Pagka bumabagyo, siyempre yung anggi, nilagay niya ng dingding. Hindi naman po pwedeng walang pintuan yun. Nilagay niya ng pintuan. Nagtanim ng talbos ng kamote, bahay ang tumubo. A typical life story of most of our people in Manila. They went to Manila to look at it as a window of opportunity na aangat ang katatayuan nila at they end up being what you call kami as squatter. Kaya, kung mapapansin ninyo, this is the first time this government, local government, literally invested in city vertical housing in line with your goals. Maglalagay ng masisilungan, disenteng tahanan sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Private sectors, government agency, and like local government. Alam po ninyo, sa kasagsagan ng pandemya, kung inyo pong iisipin at maalala, at salamat sa Diyos, magkakasama tayo ngayon. Because marami sa kaibigan natin, di na natin kasama. Dala ng virus na yun. Nakasurvive tayo. Huminto ang mundo. Ang ekonomiya ay bumagal. Ngunit sa lungsod ng Maynila, mas minabuti naming mamuhunan sa ekonomiya at mamamayan. That's why in the midst of the pandemic, your city government, for the first time local government to, first time to sa Manila. Usually, nung araw, please, may mga nakikita ko may edad dito, inabot yung please. Tenement, o what you call model community. Sa Tondo, marami nun. But never did the local government invested so much. But we did. Pumping the prime, the same manner, yung velocity of money, and to surgically address the social perennial problem, which is housing. And that's why, kahit na kami gipit na gipit, buti naman, yung laway lang namin nasasanla na sa bangko. Opo, because we are a city, we will not qualify to financial institution by its pace, because we created so much chaos in our fiscal management. But, maybe, alam niyo, minsan may mga tao sa pamahalaan, lalo na GFIs, na government financial institution. When you're about to do something, and they think na ito'y makapagbabago ng buhay ng tao, especially Land Bank and DBP, they will support it. Yes, they did. And that's why, during the height of pandemic, na itatag, Condominium 1, Condominium 2, Binondominium 1, Basek Community, na nakita ni Sir. Tama ba ako, Sir? Nakita mo yung Basek Community? Kayo si Mr. Bansan? Ayun? Teka, daming tarahita eh. Marcelino Mendoza. Nakita niya? Decente po ba?
Maganda.
May kuryente. Metro. Hindi na kami sosyo sa Meralco. Kasi nanay ko, stockholder ng Meralco sa Kanawasan ng araw. Alam mo naman si squatter, may share kami lagi sa kuryente at tubig. Particular yung nawasa. Sa umaga, nawasa. Sa gabi, nawasak. Wasak ang tubong itim nila. Medyo po nyo. But you see, Base community, this in-city vertical housing program was done in the middle of chaos and crisis. We opted to take the risk on investing to our people at the height of the crisis, which is, at the time, wala kaming nakikitang sinag ng araw na matatapos yung sitwasyon. But we believe in a concept. I, for one, thanks to my professor, thanks to my experience, believes in MBN. MBN, minimum basic needs. Housing, education, healthcare, and jobs. These are the 4 pillars that will, maaaring mali po ako, no? Pero sa pananaw ko, ay makapagpapataas ng angkas ng pamumuhay ng tao. Quality of life, quality of living. Would you imagine that a 15-story building can be done in 2 years? At 42 square meter per unit. 2 bedroom. And I have a story to tell about 2 bedrooms. Why we created so much space for every beneficiary? Why? Nowadays, ewan ko, tama ba ako? 23 metro kwadrados, 26 metro kwadrados, di ba? Yung mga SMDC, yung mga studio. Okay naman yun. Dala ng yung presyo ay napakamahal. But, will you actually, given a chance if there is an option, will you put your 2 kids, you yourself, and your wife in that space? Ang tawag na nanay ko doon ay bahay ng kalapati. Dahil kalapati lang ang kasya. So that's why we came up with an idea. 2 bedroom, 42 square meter condominium unit. Para mapaghiwalay ko yung magulang at yung anak. Because of the same reason again. Practical experience. Alam mo, sa squatter nung araw kami, katulad kami, nanay ko, siguro nasa G's lang kami, o 8 metro kwadrado. Nakikipisan lang kami. Misa sa ilalim ng hagdanan, so kung anong size ng hagdanan, yun ang kwarto namin. Kaya ito higaan, nanay ko, tatay ko, ako. Pag tayo mo, doon nakakain. Tapos mayroong kortina, nandun na si balutin mo. Kasi binabalot kami noon. Specialista kami gumawa ng bibingka eh. Dahil wala kaming banyo. And, hindi mo lang nakuha yung balot. Nag-56 KBPS kayo. But, kaya kung bakit minabuti ko gano'n, kasi na sa karanasan ko, minsan yung mga magulang, yung mga tatay, pag nakausap na si San Miguel, medyo nagiging malikot na sa materialis fuertes. Napapakialaman yung mga bata. And this type of domestic incident is literally happening. And that experience of mine, given to me, ng tadhana, yun nagiging parte ng paggawa ng polisiya. Vicente, mag-ina, mag-asawa, yung anak, guwalay. Kasi kino-question ako bakit daw 42 square meter, ang laki-laki? Sabi ko, unang-una, maaring mahal. Pero, ang paniwala ko naman, mayaman naman ang gobyerno. Endless income. Because there are only 2 things that is certain in this world. Debt and taxes. You have to be creative. Palafox has to be creative to make money out of it. Skills, talents. Yeah? Kailangan, kayo. Ang gobyerno wala. Tatanghod lang pag December 31. Sa gusto ninyo, ipadadala nyo sa amin yung pinaghirapan ninyong pera. Because of, you need to pay your obligation to the state and the city as business and individual. So, ibig sabihin, unlimited yung pera. Ang mali lang yung paggasta. Doon lang nagkakatalo. Kaya sabi ko, kung gagawa rin lang naman tayo, which is napakahirap, and you know better than me on how to build vertical housing, or especially in-city vertical housing. Napakamahal, komplikado, masikip, and all the challenges. It's very expensive. But, alam mo, pag nakita mo naman yung ngiti ng pamilyang beneficiaryo, napawi na lahat ang gastos, puyat, pagod ng pamahalaan. Sapagkat ibinabalik natin ang dignidad ng pamilyang Pilipino. Dignity. Housing is ang pabahay ay isang parang milagro sa buhay ng isang mahirap na tao. Kasi parang ang hirap makamit. 8 oras araw-araw, and so on and so forth. Lahat ng abilidad ginamit mo, pero ang hirap makabili ng bahay. Dahil sa talagang mahal. That's why, bilang squatter, nangarap na magkaroon ng sarili, akala may mapaglaro ang tadhana. Ako'y nangangarap lang na magkaroon. Kasi sinabi ng nanay ko, Scott, French word, na pagka ikaw nakaayos na, ang unahin mo, bumili ka ng bahay. Umulat bumagyo, magkaroon ng dilubyo, may masisilungan ka. That's what my mother told me. Kaya kung bakit ako'y excited na pumunta rito sa inyong convention, kasi pare-pareho tayo ng pananaw. Makapagbigay ng desente at maayos na pabahay sa ating mga kliyente. In my case, as sa aking mga citizen. And bilang squatter, pangarap mo lang magkaroon. Kalahin mo talaga kung di mapaglaro tadhana, ikaw pa yung nagbibigay. Di ba? What? Mapaglaro talaga. Alam mo, Diyos maraming pamamaraan. So I'm happy and honored and humbled to share to you thousands of families already benefited because we did not stop. We continue to build Pedro Hill Residence, San Sebastian Residence, and San Lazaro Residence. Hindi na lang 15 story, 20 story na, may swimming pool pa. Pera ko ba yung pinanggasta? Hindi, pera ninyo. Sinilot ko lang. At ipinangtugon ko sa tunay na katatayuan ng isang pamilya at maitaas ang antas ng kanyang pamumuhay. And that created opportunity also in the community because property values in the certain area talagang tumaas. And I'm gonna share it to you. Basta you Google this area. Condominium 1, Condominium 2, Binondominium 1. Natapos na namin lahat yon. At hindi lang siya pang mahirap. Pati working class naka-avail ng aming housing. And now, with this administration, new fresh mandate from the people of Manila, we just groundbreak about before the last quarter, no? Ng taon ng 2025. Hindi pa ako nag-iinit sa upuan para na sinisilihan ng WebPax ko na itayo namin yung long-term plan namin na ituloy. Binuksan, groundbreak, Binondominium 2. Para magkaroon kayo ng visual, kasi Binondominium 1, Binondominium 2, ang futures niya 3, 4, 5, 6. Because itong beneficiary dito ay yung squatter sa gitna ng island sa Binondo, San Nicolas. So hindi na kailangan itapon to disenfranchise the people somewhere else. Here, they will receive housing and go to the same school, the same health center, and the same working place, like Pierre and Recto. So, tama si Lee Kuan Yew. Because the concept of Manila's in-city vertical housing program is 99 or 98% copy-paste ng HDB. Pareho-pareho yun. Kaya makikita nyo sa baba, walang unit. Hindi ako naglalagay ng unit sa baba. Kasi ang tao, ang tendency, i-extend. Kaya may sense si LKY eh. Kaya hindi niya nilagyan ng unit. Tingnan sa Singapore, walang unit. Still, makikita mo yung poste. Kaya I'm happy to share, in line with your goals and aspirations as organization and businesses, your city government will continue to invest to this program, in city vertical housing program. We will not stop. Bagamat just katatlong taon na kung nawala, our fiscal situation went down to the drain, or to the dogs. And we're curing it. Rest assured, we'll bring back the way we manage taxes and resources of the government during my first term, and we're going to recover by 5 years with that great fiscal mismanagement. But that's not your problem, that's my problem as mayor. We'll cure it, but we will continue. Binondominium 1, now Binondominium 2. Saan ka ngayon nakakita? Dati squatter. Ngayon pagpasok, 15th floor please. Saan kayo nakakita? Nagbabaha, flood control. Baha. Sabi ng aking mga benepisya, kamusta kayo dyan? These are the type of, kidding aside, yung ligaya ng Utaw, na siya'y may masisilungan. MBN, housing, education, healthcare. We build hospitals, fully air-conditioned hospitals. 10-story, fully air-conditioned hospital ng Maynila. Malapit lang dito. Kaya tabi nun, itinatatag naman namin. Pamantasan lungsod ng Maynila College of Medicine. Yung lumang ospital, dinudurog ko ngayon. Kasi yun ang endgame dun eh. Ospital, yung lumang ospital, durugin galing eskwela, gamitin eskwela para magkaroon ng espasyo ang PLM sa College of Medicine. Albert Elementary School. Mamaya, pagpunta nyo sa top avenue, tinan nyo, Manila Science. Albert, magsaysay, nirevive ko. Pero mo, 3 taon ako bago umalis, 5 palapag na. 3 taon natapos, 5 palapag ako nung bumalik eh. It's supposed to be 10-story. Almario Elementary School. Why are we building so much space vertically? Because in a highly urbanized setting, and you know better than me, space very expensive and rare commodity like Metro Manila, and particularly Manila. So rest assured that your city government, kung meron mang nagbabayad ng buwis dito sa negosyo nila, kung manatag kayo, pipilitin namin maging masino at episyente sa paggasta. Yung nakikita ninyo dito sa harap ng Bayview, makikita ninyo yung mga open green space. Nandito yung namin pero kaming i-study rito eh. Makikita nyo yung mga bamboo dyan. Yan yung pinepeg namin. It's going to be all over the city of Manila, 100,000 of it. In this year, in this open green space, clean, maayos, panatag, mga additives yan ng pamamahala ng inyong lungsod ng Manila. But we will focus on developing family. And unang-unang, bubong na masisilungan. Yung ama or ina, papasok dahil may trabaho. Yung atabs, may maayos na eskwelahan. Pag nagkasakit ang pamilya, may maayos na ospital. After that, bahala na sila. Hindi naman po pwedeng lahat na lang isinubo ng pamahalaan. Nagigets niyo? I will focus on what matter most to every family, especially these basic needs. Then the rest is, yung bata, siya sasagot sa kanyang asignatura. Yung tatay at nanay, siya papasok sa empleyo ng maaga at maging epesyente siya doon bilang empleyado. Pag sila nagkasakit, wala silang tosgas. In fact, baka, sino maraming minahal dito? Kasa mo. Marila kayo. Maraming minahal. Kasi baka may sakit na kayo sa puso. Napagod na rin yung mga puso. I would like to inform you, because this is new, while it is old, because I bought this machine during my first term. Nung nawala ako, hindi pinatakbo. O what you call cut lab. This delivers the first and only local government unit. Time's up. Saan na kayo? Hindi tayo mahuhul. Kasi sayang eh. Baka mamaya atake kayo sa puso. Yeah. You know how much? PHC, Philippine Heart Center, angioplasty, easily 1 million. Easily. Angiogram, 50,000, 80,000. Go to Manila. Ni-revive ko, binuhay ko, thanks to our doctors and professionals, medical professionals. And we have an active angiogram. And recently, we qualified conducting angioplasty. So, katulong na kami ng national government through PHC, Philippine Heart Center, UPPGH. Magagaling yung mga yan. Meron na kayong pangatlong option. Kaya, alam ko, misa sumasakit ang inyong puso at nagdurusa. Baka lumala. Patusok nyo sa amin, sisilipin namin. Kung maluwag pa ba yung mga ugat-ugat. Pag may bara, tirahin namin. Our 2 patients, successful patient, angioplasty. Cost each, 975,000. Total bill, 0. At hindi pa naman masyado nagagamit sa PhilHealth yan. Kasi pag elective, walang reimbursement. Kasi I think kailangan atakein ka muna bago ka... hindi ko mag-gets yun. Pero ako gusto ko, patira ka na kung may nararamdaman ka, wala kang tosgas, uy, may bara, bigyan na kita ng stent. Gusto mo, 2, 3, 4, lasang natin ko. Mabuhay ka lang. Kaya di bali magkanda ubus-ubus ang pera namin. Basta mapakinabangan ng tao. I really don't mind. With all honesty. Because government, lastly, government is not a savings bank. We're not there to manage your money, to put it in a bank, to make money out of money. No. I'm sorry to say, a lot of people disagree with this. But I'd rather be wrong doing this. Ang pera ng tao, hindi inilalagay sa bangko para tumubo at masabing marami kang savings. I would rather hear a government who took a loan. Why? Kasi mabilidad yung gobyerno na yun. Because a peso spent today, earned today, is better to spend today than to spend the same peso tomorrow. The natural course of inflation will apply. The presyo ng bakal, ngayong araw na ito, piso, at malaking tsansa, bukas, 1.5. And you cannot buy the same amount of bakal with your existing same amount. Kaya, very particular ako na, kaya ko sinasabi, nag-i-invest kami, if we can acquire so much resource, as long as we can pay. Amerika, may utang? Trilyon. Maganda ba ekonomiya nila? Nagulat nga ako, may gera na, tumataas pa ang ekonomiya nila. Sila lang yata nakikinabong sa gera nito eh. You have to give it to them. I don't know how they're doing it. If mga matatayog na bansa, may utang? Hindi ka naman pautangin ng bangko, hindi ka naman kaya magbayad. I mean, let's be honest to ourselves. That's why I really wanted people should, leaders should spend money as fast as he or she can. Because you may lose money, you may gain money. But when you lose time, you cannot buy back time. And when you lose opportunity, I hope opportunity will come again. But there is no guarantee. So if you miss these things, that's it. That's why I always tell everyone, okay, naiinggit na marami silang pera. Eh, kita mo naman, squatter nila, 5-5. Tayo, marami eskwela, marami tayong squatter. Pero sigurado ako, libo-libong pamilya, tumaas ang kalidad ng pamumuhay ng tao. So, that's why I hope this kind of message will be sent to other leaders. Kayo mahihiya sa taong bayan kapag kayo'y nangungutang. Sabi ko nga nung kasagsagan ng pandemya eh. Kaya maglala, mga batang Manila. Pag ako, wala nang mapiga sa bimpo, nakita niyo yung relo ng City Hall, ipatatas ako yan kaya tagbunting makaraos lang tayo. Which we did. 700,000 families, buwan-buwan, kumain. Kasagsagan. 8 months. See? Kaya po, sa pabahay, naniniwala ako. Naniniwala na ako na kapag dyan namuhunan ng gobyerno, yung economic return yan, easily 10 folds. You know how much they're paying in city vertical housing program in Manila? 42 square meter with swimming pool, the auditorium, or function hall, 2,000 pesos. Pero may catch. Because you paid your taxes, I need to protect it. Because there are some individuals also abusing. Anong catch? No ownership. Not even rent. I'll share your idea, baka magamit nyo rin. May share nyo sa inyong mga alkalde. 2,000 pesos a month. No ownership, but there is virtual ownership. Habang nabubuhay ka at tinutugunan mo yung 2 bulig buwan-buwan sa gobyerno, walang makapagpapalaya sa iyo. Nagpantay na ang paa mo. The rules on family code, under the rules of succession, will apply. Yung pamilya mo ay mananatili na benepisyaryo ng pabahay ng Manila. So, ipipigit mo mata mo na may kapanatagan bilang isang magulang na may mauwian ang iyong anak at apo. Now, what happened to 2,000 pesos? Isang araw, lumago ka na. Dahil yung dating nagbabayad ka ng 8,000 na upa, dahil kay nangungupahan at nagbenepisyaryo ng in-city vertical housing program ng Manila, nakatipid ka ng 6 na bulig. At yung 6 na bulig mo, maabilidad ka. Hindi ka bumili ng iPhone. Masaya ka na sa Oppo. Hindi ka namuhay ng marangya. At ginamit mo yung katipiran or savings sa mga instrumentong makapagpapalago pa ng iyong pinaghirapang salapi. Then, lumago ka, umalis ka na. Aalis ka na at isosurrender mo na yung unit. Lahat ng hinulog mo, isosoli ko sa'yo. Why? And I'll go back to the same statement. Government is not a savings bank. Government is not to make money out of projects. Projects should be considered as public service. Oh, nawalan ba kayo ng pera bilang taxpayer? No. Who owns the property? Who owns the government? Who funded the government? So property pa rin natin. Yumaman pa kami. Abi, kala mo wala kaming pera, dami naming utang, pero sa libro, kami may pinakamayaman na syudad. Bakit? We created wealth. Appreciation. Nagets nyo? Oh, nadali mo na. Iyo pa rin. Yung taxpayer panatag na hindi napariwara yung buwis yung pinaghirapan kasi inabuso ng 1 o 2 taong pagkabigay sa kanya ng property ng award, ibinenta. At maghahanap ulit ng kalsada at tulad ng nanay ko, magtatanim ng talbos ng kamote. Gets nyo? Kaya kung tinatawag siyang social perennial problem. Because it's a habit. Bibigyan ng bahay sa Cavite, sapang pal. Naalala ko nung araw, taga-tagatan, sapang palay. And so, tapos pagkayari, pagka-award, nalatagan ng 100 bulig. Eh, malaking pera yun nung dekada 80. Paldong-paldo ka na ngayon. Eh, lalo ito condominium, 5-7 million. Ano sabi ng Creva, Cesar? Mga 5 to 7 million, no? Yung unit cost ng value ng 42 square meter natin. Eh, paglatagan mo ng kalating milyon yun, naku, puro dollar na mata nun. Oh. Kakalawitin yung 500 bulig, may pumili, tapos, balik ulit sa spot. Dito, hindi. So, protected. Tapos, may nasilungan kang disente, nakatipid ka, umangat ang buhay mo, gusto mo nang lumuwag ang bahay mo, nangarap kang bumili ng sariling iyo. O, tapos susosoli ko pa yung principal. And the good thing, so it's going to be trust fund. Eh, nakatenga yun. O, di bumili ako ng instrumento that generates money out of their money. Tinuruan ko silang mag-impok, tinuruan ko silang maging obligasyon, matuto ng obligasyon na ang pamumuhay ay hindi libre, pero hindi ko kinamkam o pinag-interesan yung salaping kanilang pinaghirapan, ibinalik sa kanila. So, minus interest, because the interest will go to the maintenance. Sustainable?
Yes.
Yan ang housing project namin. So, I hope I've shared something for you today na kaya ko sinabing 95 or 98%. Kasi sa HDB, may equity, may ownership. Dito, wala. The people of Manila, the taxpayer of Manila, still owns the property. The city of Manila created value. And the people of Manila, tumaas ang antas ng pamumuhay. Kaya yung organisasyon nyo ay napakahalaking halaga bilang isang samahan sa ating lipunan na makapagbigay ng affordable housing. Huwag kayong matakot na hindi na kayo mabentahan dahil sa Maynila. I cannot catch up with you because, you know, private sectors is more active and aggressive because isa lang ang problema nyo. Magtayo ng bahay at magbenta ng bahay. Tama, mali. Ako marami. May ospital, gamot, pulis, dugyot, kriminal, tolongges, every single day. So, rest assured, no? As a matter of some level of assurance, in the city of Manila, we will continue to align ourselves with your national group, your organization, and the national government's group. Pabahay. Pabahay. Pagbabalik ng dignidad sa pamilyang Manileño o Pilipino. Tapos ako, pasensya na overtime, pero sayang. Pwede ba, total, nandito na kayo sa Manila, gumastos pa kayo. Uy, maganda yung aming Intramuros. Oh, yung Fort Santiago. May bago kami museum dito. Oh, maraming pasyalan sa Maynila. Oh, sino gusto bumili ng karaoke? Taki sa roon. Sino gusto bumili ng tela? Taki sa Tabora. Visoria. Oh, gulay, mamayang gabi. Oh, marami kayong mabibili sa Maynila. Sa Maynila, we don't produce anything. But we distribute everything. Kaya, muli, welcome po kayo sa Maynila at gumasta pa kayo ng marami nang umunlad ang aking mga negosyante sa lungsod at sila'y makapagbigay pa ng additional na trabaho sa mamamayan at pagdating ng December 31, we'll send them the bill. Magandang umaga po.
Kailangan nila kayo ng home Megapal. Maraming salamat. Manila, God first. Thank you.
With your doom and doubtness, gusto ko lang sabihin, of course, thank you so much kay Mayor Isko. Mabuhay ang Maynila. Dahil nung pandemic po, yung mga Manileño nating mga kaibigan, tinanong ko, babalik si Mayor Isko, iboboto nyo ba? Ma'am, nung pong pandemic, gaano po katagal ang pandemic? Almost 3 years, hindi po kami nagutom. Meron po kaming sustento dahil kay Mayor Isko. Siya ang iboboto namin. It makes a big difference. Kakala lang natin simple, but yun po ang tunay na totoo. Kaya Mayor Isko, mabuhay ka po.
Request po tayo kay Mayor Isko to be one of our honorary members of NREA. So, the National Real Estate Association Incorporated, the One-Stop Trade Organization. Honorary membership pledge. So, please raise your right hand, Mayor. I,
Francisco Isko Moreno Dumagoso,
of
City of Manila.
having been accepted as honorary member of the National Real Estate Association Incorporated,
Having been accepted as honorary member of the National Real Estate Association Incorporated,
do solemnly pledge to abide by and uphold the bylaws of the association,
do solemnly pledge to abide by and uphold the bylaws of the association,
to keep faith and put into practice its aims and objectives,
to keep faith and put into practice its aims and objectives,
to perform my duties to the best of my ability with a view of furthering the interests of the industry,
to perform my duties to the best of my ability with the view of furthering the interests of the industry,
and to conduct myself in a manner befitting my position,
and to conduct myself in a manner befitting my position,
so as to bring honor and prestige to the association.
so as to bring honor and prestige to the association.
I take this pledge as a challenge and an invitation to do my best always at all times,
I take this pledge as a challenge and an invitation to do my best always at all times.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mayor. Welcome to NREA family. Welcome to NREA family. Very kind.
Maybe call all the officers and advisors to be on stage.
Akyat na tayo.
Sheda and Osdap, all the developers, all the trustees, advisors, please join us on stage. Yan ha, all the officers, members, and special guests, please join us on stage. This is a photo opportunity with Mayor Isko. Ayun na. Basta Manileño, mabuhay po. Congratulations to